Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Or afternoon, I guess. The afternoon, because it's like 1. This isn't where I left. This is where I left off. Never mind.
Don't bug it. It already seems to be in a stormy mood.
Okay, I know what we're doing. I've got to go to the Stardust Club.
Welcome to Stardust.
Thank you.
There's Majid. We should leave this data cache with him first, like Tomcat asked.
All right! Tomcat asked me to take that off your hands and pass it on to them later. Thanks for getting it to me.
Data cache removed from items.
I won't pester you about what it is.
Data cache.
I know things are always very hush-hush with Tomcat. I'll make sure they get it later today.
Excellent. Thank you.
You again? All right, I'll let you win.
Thank you.
Hey, I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh? Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and return the favor. Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden.
Cool. Old abandoned access node. Find out what happened to Hayden. I can do that. Access node editor, send him out. Thank you.
I called up a buddy who's on night shift for Parallax tonight.
Thank you.
He can buzz you in. But if anything happens, you broke in.
I feel like that's fair, Jess. I can do that.
This puts us at about even. Don't think about drawing any more debits for a while. Good luck. Keep me out of your shit.
I'm gonna keep you in my shit. You're gonna be my go-to. Don't you think we should have this mission? Definitely Jess. Like, no question about it, definitely Jess.
This is the place Tomcat said we should head to. Unassuming and quiet. I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without Jess giving us the all clear. The
Yeah,
crime
but I mean-
statistics are quite alarming, so let us get done with our errand here and
Let's
move on to
get
safer
done
ground.
with our errand and move on to safer ground.
I'm sure she will.
Bend over.
Jess is a bit aggressive and
Yeah, I forgot my
standoffish,
name was
but I would not
Bend
accuse
over.
her of being dishonest or underhanded.
Integrity.
But I guess I did just meet her, and she is a lawyer, an occupation known for slippery thinking. Perhaps we should hurry this along.
That sounds like a good plan. Jerry.
Tomcat is waiting for us to call them when we arrive.
Well, we should call them though. Let's get down to business. How do I call them? I'm gonna touch generator. It's solidly built and not easy to get into without smashing them apart. I'll make a fan of the service.
Are you feeling all right?
No, Turing, I am not. This art. It's so art.
Parallax Walk, AN-19 security.
Hi there, Node Security Man.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you? Hike! Hey, I'm pretty sure this is a prank, but how about those Niners?
Yeah, go Niners! I don't know.
Nobody! Yeah, buddy! Hey, have a good one.
Thank you, but
The guard isn't actually.
Parallax Walk, AN-19 security. I was wondering when you'd get there. You're at the access node on Cesar Chavez in Indiana, right?
That's right.
Good. Be quick. Don't touch anything. Got it? This conversation never happened, and you're on your own if you get caught out there. I hope you find what you're looking for.
so do I. Oh man, I fucked up. Oh, that's the wrong one.
This is it. Let's go inside. This place doesn't look like it's had any maintenance in years.
Should make it easy then.
I hope the systems are still functional. Oh, I forgot you can't see in darkness. Maybe that switch over there adjusts the light. Oh, Tomcat is pinging us, forwarding video
Hey,
and
Annie,
audio.
how you doing?
Howdy!
Howdy,
Y'all at the access
Tomcat.
node?
Yeah, we had the access node.
I'm set to slice in once turn makes physical access.
Cool.
Of course, Tomcat. Just walk me through how to connect myself, and I'll give you the necessary system permissions to use me as an interface.
Just patch yourself into the links terminal down there, and I should be able to get started.
Connecting wirelessly to it now. Permissions granted. Please be careful in there.
Don't worry, doll. I'm an old hand at this. You won't notice a thing.
Turing just suddenly starts like having a seizure and freaking out, and sparks start flying, and Tomcat's really sucky at hacking.
One sec. Oh, shoot. Y'all have a bit more to do before I can get the info we need. This
Oh,
system's still running on old cassettes, and the recall slot is empty. Can't call up Hayden's info file without it. There should be a cassette on the opposite side of the wall we can overwrite with the recall program. Pretty sure all that one was used for was phone monitoring. You know, from back when phone networks were separate from data networks. I swear, y'all, I just turned 22. Anyways, we need to move that cassette across the room to access the records.
sure, I can do that.
Figure out how to do that and hit me back up when you've done it.
Oh man, look at me, look at me! Look, Mom, I have a real job!
Nice job! I'm gonna put some more pressure on them to move the data now, and we'll see if we can't slurp it right out of this network. You would have thought that someone would have noticed and decommissioned this access node when the neighborhood went to hell, but this mouse is happy to play while the cat is away. I've been targeting one of their data centers with a botnet-driven DDoS attack, hitting every port into its network that I can find.
Good way to
Ain't
do it.
likely to do much, but toss in a few attempts to crack the firewall and their VIs are shitting bricks. It's standard procedure for them to move their sensitive data to a different data center in case the attacker actually gets in. Make enough noise and it'll scare them enough into taking some defensive action, which is where we want them.
Nice, okay.
The files are more vulnerable in transit. Way back when I was a youngin', when I first hacked into Parallax's network, I mostly did it to make a point, yeah? They were just about to launch the MeshNet system, and I wanted to show the whole darned world that their security had more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese is a lot of holes!
Of course, I wasn't too shy about poking in a few more holes of my own devising while I was there. After putting in some more tricky software backdoors, I went ahead and deleted this access node off the maintenance schedule.
Nice.
Then I reassigned the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on it to a different location. They were in the process of buying up a whole gaggle of these nodes in preparation to set up a private network for themselves. All just to use for the MeshNet launch. Maybe a little too confident of them. Most of the software holes have been patched out as they've upgraded their network, but this whole place is just as forgotten as I left it.
Nice.
Now y'all just hold tight. I'll be done with this lickety-split.
Lickety split.
Surveillance camera footage. Oh, God. Oh, Turin.
no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
What is it, Tomcat? What did you find?
He's gone, Turin.
What?
Of course he's gone, Tomcat. That's why we're here.
Shit. I mean, he's gone, Turin. Hayden is dead.
What? No! Turing! Turing!
Well, that obviously isn't right, Tomcat. Why would they kill him?
Sorry, buddy.
Send me the relevant files. You must have missed something.
I don't think you should see it, but if you're sure. Parallax had security cam footage from the hallway outside Hayden's apartment encrypted on their network. Just a short clip. It looks like Hayden started to struggle with a couple of big dudes when they broke through the door and one of them shot him.
Thanks to the host, Witchy. Game's loud, I keep forgetting that.
I also found some chatter about it on some darknet channels.
How you doing, Witchy?
It wasn't a kidnapping. Somebody went there to murder him. I'm so damn sorry.
Thank you for your assistance in this matter, Tomcat.
To be honest, Witchy, I'm about to cry. Because Turing, this lovely robot, okay, so at the start of this game, Turing comes to me to help find his creator, Hayden. And as it stands now, we just found out that his creator, Hayden, is dead. Murdered. Shot in the face.
I think
And I feel so
walk
bad!
back to the apartment.
Oh,
I need
Turing.
some time to run some calculations about this new scenario.
Oh, Turing.
If you'll excuse me.
Should you follow them? If you say so. I'm gonna keep digging through this data until they kick me out of the system. I'll try to find some kind of lead on why this whole thing started in the first place.
Thank you, Tomcat.
Maybe I can find something out about who killed Hayden and why Parallax has a copy of the footage.
Thank you, Tomcat.
It ain't much of a silver lining, but we have the answer on Hayden's fate.
Thank you, Tomcat.
Maybe it's time to call it quits. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Tomcat. Game does not autosave. Please be sure to save frequently. Good lord! What the hell did I get myself into? Poor Turing. Jesus Christ.
Chapter 3.
I feel bad. I'm so sad.
Oh, you're back. You know, Hayden was a brilliant programmer, far ahead of his time. I am a machine, and intrinsically, I do not have all the glands and visceral chemical reactions that make humans so emotional and brilliant. But his code is a flawless replication of that, inside my own personality algorithms. I don't think I've ever felt this anger. It fouls my processors and fills my RAM with frustrating, half-finished plans of revenge.
Ring.
My motherboard burns in my casing from how little I can rest.
Ring.
I'm in pain, and I can't make it go away.
Ring.
Ugh. I do not like the thoughts I'm having about the people who did this to him.
Ring.
I could. I can disable those modules. But if I turn off every emotion I don't want to feel, what does that make me? Would I still
Lucky.
be me?
Makes you
If
lucky.
I were human, turning off my emotions would be seen as extremely unhealthy. There is a wealth of information on the meshnet about human psychology. I just don't know how much of it applies to myself.
I would say that all of it applies to you, Turing, being a sentient robot who has emotions and shit.
Either way,
Oh, poor
Hayden
Turing.
deserves my grief.
Mm.
It is my way of honoring him. It may be the only way I can. I offer
Turing.
it freely. Did you see the jade plant? Its death is unfortunate, but fitting. Yet another thing to be guilty for. Will you keep helping me? I need you. To find the bastards who killed my progenitor.
Language, young man! Woman?
I need
Robot?
to finish this. I don't know what I'll do afterwards, but I need to see this through. What does the truth mean anymore? What does it matter? Will finding the truth bring back Hayden? Will it fix the pain they've left me in? But I guess you're right. Knowing the whys and wherefores will bring closure to this. I could use a measure of closure. I think for now we should keep knowledge of Hayden's death between you, Tomcat, and I. It may give us an edge if the people we seek don't know how much we've already discovered.
Poor Turing.
We'll talk after you've had some time to rest. You likely need sleep, and I need some time to... I need some time. Good morning. I trust you slept well.
Upbeat music and can stop being sad now.
Now that we are both refreshed, I feel it wouldn't hurt to recap our progress and determine if any changes should be made based on our successes and failures. Let's talk about how things are going so far. Since your journalistic efforts are a big part of why I originally recruited you, we can start there. Your inquiring mind has been a huge boost in our journey thus far.
Has it really? I don't agree with that, but okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
As a ROM, I can't talk to people as intently as you, so I must say I'm quite grateful for your skills in that regard. You're diligent in your day-to-day work as well, which further grounds my hope in you.
Thanks.
Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at how we've performed in other responsibilities. Specifically, our choices in overcoming obstacles. Our first major hurdle proved challenging, but we made use of our surroundings and found a creative avenue. Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of non-violent methods. Eliminating any excessive risk should allow us to move swiftly. Finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say, and perform so well when thrust into a sudden situation.
That's why they call me Bend Over!
I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with our companions and allies along the way. It's important.
Sure.
I was very impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache, and they went on their way, and hopefully learned a lesson too. Jess is a bit of a harder read, but she did agree to help us out in a big way. As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to lash out, I think things will go smoothly. Detective Rivers was good to involve as well, and I can tell you enjoy having a familiar face around.
I do. I like Detective Rivers. He was
She
dating
could
my
prove to
sister.
be our greatest aid, as long as we make it worth her time. No funny business.
Lots of funny business. All I do is funny business.
Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no
I like
trouble
Tomcat a
with
lot.
letting
I
their
think Tomcat might be my
expertise
favorite
guide us.
character.
Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with too.
She's got a great accent, too.
And finally, you and I. I must say, we have worked together better than I ever expected. I hope you feel the same.
Dude, I love you, Turing.
I feel confident in our combined ability, and I enjoy your company as well. Please, continue showing me around the city as we continue our search. Unfortunately, we've just about run out of leads.
Any more tea? We're out. Out of tea? Am I out of tea? Oh, I got one more swill. I got one more swill of tea in my pot. Cheers! Doing shots in the morning of caffeinated tea that's based off of Scully and Mulder.
Perhaps Tomcat was able to find something of use in Parallax's network while they were inside. I hope so, but I feel a little bad for relying on them as much as we do. Always going so far for Hayden. They must have been close. Oh, speaking of them, incoming call from Tomcat.
Tomcat!
Forwarding video and audio.
Morning.
Morning.
Turin, how you been doing, hon?
I'm fine, Tomcat. Thank you for your concern.
Well, okay. Just say the word if I can help out in any way. You hear?
Of course. In fact, I was hoping you might have a lead for us to start working at.
I need to get a fucking space heater for down here because, like, the half of my wall is missing. There's no insulation. And it's cold.
Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book.
We're
and
down
seeing
to
if any of his
canvassing
contacts have an idea
Hayden's
about who might have had a desire to
Address
target
book.
him. But that's just fishing in the dark.
I love fishing in the dark. I don't feel bad when I don't catch anything or I only catch seaweed.
Well, I pulled a fair amount of data from the Parallax servers before they managed to kick me out, but it'll take me a while to go through it. A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs, juicy meat for other corporations, but about as useful as dirt to us. It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files, but maybe we'll find something there.
I'm sure you will, Tomcat.
So, no, I don't have as much as a whiff of a trail on who's behind this. Though, I recently got a strange request from a friend of a friend. Someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Augmented Eye. It seems like the network security head there is asking around for cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting changed. The original files on their servers are untouched. In their system, everything looks peachy keen. But when you view the site from the outside of the network, things are changed up. A word here, phrase there. It's subtle, but often has a big impact on the article's tone. Someone with deep access to Parallax's meshnet is changing what's being shown. I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to the main KCOB offices and try talking to the gal that runs Augmented Eye. Her name is Zen.
Yeah, sure, we can do
I
that.
ain't got the time or the desire to stick my nose that far out for a stranger, but it seems like your kind of deal.
It does seem to be a bit of a stretch.
I mean, it might work, it might help. I think we should do it. Turing, don't be a bitch. Don't make new friends.
But if we have to wait for you to work on the data we've collected anyway...
Alright, I'll pass the word along that you'll be in sometime today to stick your noses in. And I'll send y'all word as soon as I get anything worth hunting down.
Thanks, Tomcat.
Excellent. Thank you, Tomcat. We are grateful for your continued assistance.
No problem, Turin. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Maybe you should take a little more time. You've been through some shit in the past few days.
I said I was fine. Thank you for your concern, but I am fine.
Oh, Turing's angry. Turing, smash! He's grieving, Tomcat.
I have already handled the reality of Hayden's death. It's time to move on with the investigation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I'm just worried. So, I'm here if you need anything.
Thank you, Tomcat.
Understood. I apologize for my tone, Tomcat. We'll be in touch.
Alright, later, Turin.
Okay, we have a lead, however tenuous. I've highlighted the COS-IO Corp office building on your map.
Cause I got ready the city map.
Also, while we were talking to Tomcat, I received an email from Dr. Fairlight
Dr. Fairlight.
displaying...
Greetings.
Bend over, okay. Oh, you're just saying my name. That's who I am. Bend over.
I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only message, but I'm undergoing my treatments and would not call myself presentable for a video call. Still, I wanted to inform you of an idea I had while looking into our mutual acquaintance's disappearance. I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research. She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been known to work closely with them on projects involving the intersection of Parallax's systems and the implants that Flower designs.
Okay, that's a good lead.
Melody and I are no longer on speaking terms, so I'm afraid I can't introduce you.
They
But
fucked and then
perhaps
left
the
each other.
intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get you entry into her home. I hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything else from me, I will be in and out of the hospital room where we met for the next few days.
Thank you, Mr. Fairlight.
I will send word if I have any other insights or discoveries.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Yours, Dr. Yannick Fairlight.
Whew, my head hurts. I'd have had a little too much last night.
Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but now I'm starting to understand just how little I really knew about his research.
I mean, you're his child. My dad doesn't come home, didn't come home every day when I was living at home going, "Hey, son, guess what I did?" You know, and told me every little intricate detail of his job.
Maybe this melody can reveal more about the purposes of my construction.
Sure.
Hayden must have kept my development secret for a reason. Hopefully we can talk our way in. I have highlighted Melody's home on your map.
Melody Mansion added to the city map.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. Up to you where to go first.
Well, the where to go first leads me to believe that we're gonna go to both, so we're gonna go follow Tomcat's lead because
led us in the right direction so far,
I like
but
Tomcat.
Fairlight has resources and his tip might end up being more relevant.
Well, I
It
like
depends on
Tomcat.
what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech? It's fitting. They're the two factors that make Neo-SF so unique and wonderful.
I think I gotta go with Tomcat. Tomcat has steered us in the right direction this entire time. She's always been kind and helpful and is genuinely
If we
worried about
explore
our
them both to
well-being.
the fullest,
and
there's
Hayden.
no way we won't be closer to the answer.
So to remove Tomcat from the situation would be stupid and really offensive to her. So we're gonna follow Tomcat's lead. I feel like that's the best course of action.
Ready to head out?
My guess is we're gonna end up going
Here
to
we
both
are.
anyway.
The COS.io Corporation office building.
Okay, Terry, let's do
It
this.
looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate
Ready to
corporation
go!
under COS.io.
Give me all your information on the news. I bend over.
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles. Not impossible, but unlikely. That makes sense. The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her.
Yep,
No
sounds good.
shenanigans this time.
Lots of shenanigans. All I do is shenanigans.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye.
Hello, Zen.
You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up.
That's me.
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Water would be lovely.
My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory.
Possible.
If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies. Even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield. Now, what do you know about our problem here? That's the long and short of it.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna try to find some Tylenol because my head is throbbing. Oh. Yeah, I'll be back. Right. Couldn't find any Tylenol, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up for a bit.
My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help. Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
Fair.
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
I mean, my first thought in this situation is it's the network admins. They have a way of covering their butts in case something like this happens. But on the other hand, with everything being so connected, and as we've seen throughout the previous
Not really.
chapter,
My admin says that only someone
editing
with intimate
and
access
hacking
to Parallax's
in the meshnet
network
is
protocols
not
would
a
make these
horribly
kind of changes as
difficult
something passes
thing.
across the net.
So it's interesting. It's curious. It's
Personally,
a curious
I think
case.
it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to. I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer. I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have. Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
Well, good. I'm not planning on having children, and cigars kill.
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now.
2055, you're old!
We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news.
You know what's kind of crazy, though? It's about, what, 32 years from 2050? It wouldn't be unheard of for me to be alive at
We're one of the few
2055.
good ones left. Once
Scary.
folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the Human Revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen. Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova. That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
That's fine.
Hmm? What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? 'Cause I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right?
Yeah.
My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports.
Fair.
This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass. No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that.
Well, you fucked up.
I won't ask you to lie in anything you write. But do remember, you got in contact with me not even second-hand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out.
All right,
Good
Zen.
luck, and goodbye.
Thank you. I'll go to that other place you told me to go.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water either.
Rude as hell.
Is it always like this?
Yes. Bender, Cal Bender. Oh, you're just saying my name. Sorry.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
That's correct, Turing. You're smart. You're smart.
Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the... What the... That's Zin!
Oh my god! They threw Zin off the top of the building!
It's too late. Considering the angle and height of the fall, rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now. Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way. They will assist her as much as they can. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice. It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon.
police will be here soon. Okay. Credit Jade Plant. Flowers foliage has fallen!
Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this. Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files.
Okay.
Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard. Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submission. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the Augmented Eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
That is interesting.
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help.
It was a ROM.
But who could have done it?
It was a
I
ROM.
didn't see any obvious marks on the floor or any other thermal hotspots.
It was a ROM. It was like you.
It doesn't look like it. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
Son of a...
Hi.
I should have figured the two of you would be here.
Hi, Lexi.
You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear
Sounds
me?
good.
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Sorry, Detective Rivers.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
Bye. Love you. Mwah.
Ooh. It doesn't matter anyway.
Whew. This game's intense. It's getting intense.
Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive.
Fair point.
Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out? We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too.
Sounds good.
I have highlighted the main Neo SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map.
TMI Entertainment to the city map!
Let's go!
Let's get down to business to defeat the journalist. Hold on, before I do that. We are going to save. Yes. With Lexi knows best. Now we're going down to TMI Entertainment.
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment? I really can't let you in without an appointment. I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday?
We don't have time for this! People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment.
Shush.
Oh, look, if it's that important, I can buzz you through to sympathy. But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And, try not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout.
Oh, I don't want to.
Right, of course. I apologize. We will be as tactful as possible, I assure you.
Okay, she's over on the other side of the room. Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent.
Hold on a minute, guys. Gotta love spam trying to get my credit card information.
I thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee. Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We are trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about.
No.
Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves. Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin? What does Zin have to do with this?
She's street paste.
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as I mean, shit. We're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown.
He's your pompous clown, got it!
Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own.
Sounds good.
Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM.
Thank you.
Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean. Bravo.
Yeah, this is Charlie.
Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait! I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure.
Yes, we did. So easy.
What
Your
can I
pixelated
do
face
for
is
you?
so pompous and horrible.
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story, have you? After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova.
So it's not 100% original,
I
then. It's
can
like
give
maybe
you a quick
65%
rundown,
original?
even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements.
Nice, good for you.
And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the mesh, and I couldn't be happier. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match.
Sure about that?
But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy. It's her pride and joy, after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know? Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well. So, let's move on. What next? Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it. They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject. That's very upsetting. I hope you've passed along that information to Sympathy.
We have.
I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it.
I don't think so. Sorry, Charlie.
I really don't know what I have to do with it, though. And that is supposed to mean what? I'm not sure if you're trying to imply that I had something to do with this, or that I'm being targeted for some specific reason, but if you have an accusation to level, then make it known.
Yeah, I think you're being targeted.
My time is far too important to be wasted on beating around the bush.
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to. So get the hell out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feather.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought.
It'll only take a minute.
All right.
Yeah, Turing.
But she takes it with plenty of milk.
That's right.
Okay, let's deliver.
I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work? Ha! Ah, that's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do. Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority.
That's fair. It's understandable. Stupid, but understandable.
Now, Scram, you know how to get in touch with me if you need me.
That did not go well at all. We need some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the... I'm certain he knows something. Don't you agree? Indeed. While you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly.
That sounds fun.
It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Hassie bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another. Maybe we should question the people at this Hassie establishment and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on
Sure,
Mr.
that
Nova.
sounds like a great idea.
There must be something. It's the only path I see. The Hassie Bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic. We can head there when...
again. Be right back. Sorry.
Welcome back!
Hi,
Care
Brian.
to take another pamphlet or two? Ah, the cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work. That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases.
Where's the butt? There's gonna be a butt. Where's the butt?
Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps. If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, there would be a start towards undoing the damage. We are not God. We were made in his image, and his image did not include fur. I feel it's rather simple. It's even in the name. Modifying genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique.
I mean,
We're giving
that's fine,
doctors,
but
among other people,
human
with a
DNA is
severe
only a
lack
couple
of
strands
understanding
away
of the
from a
human
banana,
condition,
so
the right to make us into entirely new
there's something a little
species.
more than just DNA that makes us human.
We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience.
You also mentioned that they're undoing God's work. You know? They're undoing God's work. If you have a belief in God, then
And why? To fulfill
the science
some
and genetic
sick
modification, all that kind of
fantasy.
stuff,
We have VR
wouldn't exist. Like, you
dramas.
wouldn't believe in
If you're a
evolution. You would
revelation
believe that we
at
just
home.
popped out this way. If it's undoing God's work, you know?
Besides,
God's work.
Why should we give these self-proclaimed animals
In this context, you
the
said
same rights as
evolution
humans when
and
they
natural
clearly
selection.
don't
If that's
want
God's
to be
work, then
human?
genetic modification is another step in God's work.
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages. Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes? We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous. We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy. That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes, people parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations. We need the government to protect these patients from themselves. Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans. Yeah, they
That's
call themselves
illegal.
hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those who willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help.
No.
Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees?
You're a horrible human.
Great! Do tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the meshnet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion. Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.
No. You're seen as crazy.
Ah, I suppose I have come to expect that. Never mind. Write what you wish. When the city falls and we have a bear as mayor, remember that all of you thought we were loonies. Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now. And remember, God designed you perfectly just the way you are.
I want to go and get gene therapy just to spite this fucker. Seriously, fuck you.
I haven't seen you around here before. Is there something I can help you with? Another one of his fans, huh? Yeah, he comes here sometimes. I don't really get why everyone likes him so much.
No, I don't like him either. He's a pompous asshole.
Well, I have a picture from this time he flipped off a box of kittens. Somebody brought them to try to give away, and one of them scratched him up. He ended up taking it home, but he really hammed it up about getting scratched. I think he ended up calling him, I think it was Captain Snuggle.
That's a good name.
It's pretty funny, actually.
That's a good name,
I'll
Captain
send your
Snuggle.
mom a picture.
This is pretty innocuous. We are going to need more evidence if we're to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us.
Oh, hey, it's you. Wow, long time.
Who's this?
It's Keith, an old buddy of mine.
Hey, not too old now. Did you manage to keep that plan I got you alive? Really? Nice job. I didn't expect it to last a month. It's great to see you, though. Sorta surreal, too. You're never around on social sites or anything, you know. I bet you didn't see any of the pictures I put up from my last climbing trip in Colorado.
Nope.
For a tech journalist, you do have pretty poor net presence.
That's what I said.
Figures. So, what's with the bot? Yours? Really? Huh. I didn't think you liked to bring work home, as it were. Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassie Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather ROM outside or something? All right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about.
Indeed, we're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova. And we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him.
No shit. I actually may have exactly what you need.
Really? I hope so, Keith.
Charlie comes here all the time. You know that show he's host of, Star in the Stratosphere?
Star in Stratosphere. Yeah, I know it.
That show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all. Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
So many people come up to me thinking thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't enough to get you by in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves. It takes hard work and persistence. You gotta want it, and want it bad. But the kids I get on Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry. I love them. I do my damnedest to make sure they get what they want. They give me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine.
It's not much, but it might help you build a case if you chop it up right. Just keep my name off it. I post hiking pictures, not scandal. Well, if nothing else, the threat of this dropping on the mess should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you.
Thanks, Keith.
Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
Say, why did you tell Keith that I... Very fair. You may continue to run with that as your story with those who don't or shouldn't know the truth about me. Anyway...
Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my life.
Hi, Ramona.
I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM, and you better hope they can. Oh well, all's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Looking for Charlie Nova.
Sure. I still have a little bit before closing, and I could use some conversation to distract me from the anticipation of the VR drama I have waiting for me when I get off. What do you want to know? Charlie is a complete trip. We met when he was just starting out doing adverts. He still drops in every once in a while to hang out. I love the guy. He's super funny, always has the best stories, and his hair is perfect. And he parties harder than anyone I know.
You don't party with Ben Dover. Head of journalistic integrity.
A couple weeks ago, he invited me to this raid at some hole that's probably already shut down. And he got so amped up on Crash that he jumped up on the table and hosted an impromptu dirty dancing contest. I swear, if he was in Charlie Nova, we would have gotten chucked out on our asses. But it was a lot of fun. If you want to meet him, just hang around here long enough. He loves mingling with his fans. Not that it helps his ego any. Sure, just let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to help.
Evidence added to items.
Frankly, I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy about this. Mr. Nova's clearly an upstanding individual, if just a bit boisterous.
Yeah, but he's hiding something.
But I suppose if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. This should be more than enough anecdotal evidence to fabricate a less than flattering image of Mr. Nova that the public will eat right up. Let us present our story to him immediately. Hopefully our delay has not put him in physical danger.
All right, Charlie Nova, I'm coming for you.
Hey, you two.
Ow!
I think I'm gonna have to let security know that you're not allowed back in the building. Doubtful, but let's hear it. Never let it be said I didn't give someone a chance to dig their own grave.
So what? I like to show people a good time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Damn it, I told you to get off the crash, Charlie. Shit like this keeps coming up.
I did. And besides, I wasn't doing anything illegal.
Anyway, this is just pathetic. This is really your best attempt at blackmailing us?
No.
Hey, that's completely out of context.
Yeah, doesn't matter. That's the news.
And I love Captain Snuggles. Sure, we didn't get off to a good start, but he's a great cat. The best.
Charlie, flipping off a kitten? Why? Whatever, this is still nothing but hot air. You need to step up your game.
Ha, you're just grasping at straws. This speech was truly a beacon of light for the entire entertainment community. There's no way an original sermon like that is going to convince anyone that I'm...
Well, with some creative editing. You go public with this flimsy smear piece, I'm gonna tear you apart.
Oh, enough, enough! I'm not cut out for this cloak and dagger game, Sympathy. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like they've got anything substantial to use. I might as well give them what they want, so they'll go away.
Yeah, you better.
Tell them whatever you want. And I'll be taking that evidence.
You didn't have to do all of this. I would have helped if you had just... But it's always push and dig and needle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm not a
journalistic
journalist.
integrity.
I'm just an
I
anchor.
bend over. Head journalist for something I can't remember. Where do I work? Who am I?
I read off a teleprompter and look good doing it. I don't have much to offer you, but here's what I know. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills. But the thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever, it started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware. The technically legal kind. Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right? But Sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called Nanya.
Nanya business.
He does great work. After just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom. I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects. It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say the modifications check out. But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here. So if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link. Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him.
Thank you, Charlie.
If he'll even see you, that is. Well, we took far too long to get to it, but I'm quite happy to assist in any way that I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right? Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes.
Sure.
I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere.
All the way
Give
to
it the old
stratosphere.
Nova bump. Maybe we can smooth out all this silliness between us. Anyhow, I really have to get back to work.
All right, thanks for the help, Charlie.
Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
Sounds good. Going to Nunya's. Nunya business.
This looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out of here.
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary!
Cactus Canary?
Hey there. I go by Night Witch.
Night Witch.
Hold up there, Speedy. I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody.
Hello.
Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
Hello. We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Tisk, 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 my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends. I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see.
Just a little bit.
No, I like you too. You're cool in my book. And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
What kind of name is Formula?
Don't you worry about that. You see, I'm a budding street musician. Working on my next big hit. Feel me?
No.
But I'm sort of stuck
He's a
on a
SoundCloud
few
rapper.
rhymes. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we can. And it'll be fun.
Sure. Actually, that sounds like fun.
Are you sure about this?
Yes.
You know how important this has become.
Yes.
Time is of the essence.
I'm aware, Turing.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo-SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out.
Yeah, Turing, just...
People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death.
Huh, kind of a dramatic rhyme, ain't it? But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all.
That's why I said I would
He's
help.
my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return. That's how we do things around here. I knew you'd see it my way. All you gotta do is help me complete my rhymes, you dig?
Yes, I dig. I
A
said
couple of them are
short.
just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super cred. Anyway, you ready for this?
Sure.
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second. It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah!
Yeah, buddy!
Totally works.
Yeah!
Great idea, thanks a ton. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay
Yeah, I'm
attention
ready,
now.
let's do it. Let's pay attention now.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, I'll You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
Wait, those are, sure.
Our aerodynamic assault will rain down on you from the heavenly skies. Touch me and I'll hit you with my finishing move, the Chickle Chickle Bang Bang. That's where I toss you up and let the needles of my spiky hair tear you apart.
That's rough.
Sometimes I do a vertical diving headbutt and drive my hair straight into your gut. Hee-haw!
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card. Hey, that totally works.
Yeah, you're right, Formula.
Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
You're welcome.
A Christmas-themed Aren't those supposed to be...
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I
That's
promise.
one, here we go.
This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it. This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some serious... Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats.
No.
That doesn't rhyme.
Headphones would rhyme.
Oh man, you totally... I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
Wow, Turing, I don't see you doing better. I'm gonna cheat. Right.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
He does know those are donuts, right?
But inspiration.
Now that's what I call a tasty beat. That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician.
Sure, I'll do it. Why not? Hip,
We totally
hop,
become
is it a
rivals,
hip
and I
hop?
bet
You don't
you
stop
that-
bragging.
On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. But you did help out in a huge way. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the
Here, you can keep the
Guys, remove from the inventory.
It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kinda rhymes.
Let's go.
All right. No.
Nope. Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop. Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. At TV. Paid good enough. All right then, what can I do for you?
You are Nanya, correct?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade? I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're journalists.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a journalist.
Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me. You found the door before, find it again. And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meat bags.
Yep, me too.
We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take... I have an idea. Keep him occupied. Just do what you normally do, and... Nothing about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. It'll only take a minute.
Okay, okay. Turing, I trust you. We got this.
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get...
If anyone was going to hack Charlie's implant, you...
Are you kidding me? You think you get to walk into my place of business and accuse me of installing malware onto a customer's implant? Fine, bring it on! My reputation is ironclad, and there just ain't no way Charlie's implant was ever touched. Messing with the firmware would make it light up like Christmas morning with user warnings. So unless he's been letting someone else dig around in his head, you'll be the one left looking like an asshole. VR interfaces require a hardline connection to receive I.O. So unless Charlie's been using a headset to route his ROM's HUD through it, there ain't no way to get into it. And if Charlie's installation got infected, I don't see what the hell that has to do with me. Tell him to buy some antivirus software and keep off the sketchy porn sites. The end.
Not that you would care, but my creator Hayden died over this. You think we care about your reputation?
You're out of your damn mind, robot. I've done nothing wrong. Are we done? It is. Now you're ragging on my shop? Everything here is to code. End of story. I'm not doing anything illegal, unless you're some kind of corporate apologist and think factory warranties are sacrosanct. Just because I want to be discriminating with my clientele, doesn't mean I'm a crook. Tell you what, how about you get the hell out of my shop, and don't come back without a cop and a warrant, since you're so concerned about the public welfare. Yeah, whatever. I've done nothing wrong.
Ooh, I want to be pretty.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. No. Please, why? No. Oh, thank God.
It would take approximately 4.16 billion years to untangle all of them by my... You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off the shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things. Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room. Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have. And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet.
Nice! Go Turing!
One in particular stands out. Shotaro Otsuka. Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention, though, because historically he has been very critical of Parallax in his posts. Recently, though, the tone has been increasingly moderate, and now he is almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now it's like he's being ghost-written entirely. I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map.
Fantastic. Thank you, Turing. We'll get right over there.
After you.
Who does I save? That's scary. All right, Turing, let's go. Also, I apologize to the viewers of me not talking too much. This game is very story-driven, very story-intensive, so there's not really much like action to go off
This
of.
is the building.
So I bend over. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, you're just saying my name. Sorry.
Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself, considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2. Shotaro Otsuka's wrong. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here.